Commodore, Ty Coles here, doing another quick movie review of, this time, Captain Marvel. And I was pleasantly surprised on this movie. It wasn't the gong show that many people have said it was going to be. At the beginning of every Marvel movie, you always see the Marvel Studios logo. But for Captain Marvel, they did something special. And instead of showing the usual, like Thor and Captain America, Iron Man, they took every scene Stanley was in. And after that, it was just simple, thank you, Stan. That was a very touching moment, and got a little choked up, and it felt the goosebumps and the shivers and everything. It was a perfect tribute to that man. So the basis of the story is following Captain Marvel, aka Carol Danvers, aka Veers, as she's on the Kree homeworld of Hala, and she's training with Jude Law's character, Jan Rog.
You have to let go of the past.
And she's part of the elite Kree military force, Star Force. Without giving too much information away, she finds herself on Earth in the 1990s, where a young Nick Fury and Agent Coulson find her. And they really hammered down that's the 1990s. I had some good laughs at it because I did grow up in the 90s. So I felt it was a lot of nostalgia for me. Like the Blockbuster, the Radio Shacks, the waiting for the computers to load anything. So she's on Earth. Her and Nick Fury, it's like a buddy cop relationship blooming. She's trying to figure out what's happening. They go through all this trouble, and throughout the thing, Vers / Carol Danvers is starting to learn more and more about herself.
I think I had a life here.
When they find all this information about what's the backstory of her and I guess her mother or the scientist she was working with, the original Mar-Vell, they find that Maria Rambos would have the most information about her, so they go track her down in Louisiana, where we've learned a lot more about where Carol Danvers came from. We then learn how she got her powers, and then we find the truth about the Skrulls and the Kree. The ending, it's your typical superhero ending when they realize their potential of being a superhero. But I feel like Captain Marvel was OP in this scene.
I'm gonna end it.
Everyone's acting was superb, especially Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull. FYI, the Skrulls look very, very similar to the Remans. I wonder if they can link, maybe that's the way to link the Marvel and the Star Trek universes together. The Skrull become the Remans. Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, is still very good in this movie. You can still see it's Nick Fury, but he's a little more lighter. So I feel like this is more of a lighter version of Nick Fury that we're all known to complete another badass that he is in the other movies. And I think this experience is why he becomes that total badass.
Buy this thing?
We'll see.
That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
We learn how he loses his eye, and his statement was kind of true. Someone or something he trusted that caused him to lose the eye. But I love it how he's badass when Coulson asked him about it. He's like, that he heard that it was due to a big badass thing. He's like, I'm not going to confirm or deny. So maybe that's why he's a bit embarrassed, but also that it plays upon his reputation of being that badass character that we know he is. That's like, yeah, I lost my eye in battle. Jude Law's character is very entertaining, and you get to see his character develop. That at first you think he's trying to help Vers become the best she can be, and then halfway through the movie, you find ulterior motives why what he's doing. We get to see a little bit of Ronan the Accuser. I wish he was in there more than what he was, because he would be an interesting character to follow up, especially since they never seem to have done him justice in other Marvel movies. And hopefully we learn more, because they're really making Ronan the next big villain that Captain Marvel will have to face, even though we know what happens to him later on. But that seems the next logical thing if they want to continue with making Captain Marvel solo movies. The only person that might not have been a total solid person in this was Brie Larson herself. She had moments of very well acting when she was showing some emotion and stuff, but for the most part, it seemed kind of flat overall. I guess Brie Larson, I'm not dissing her as an actress. She has won Academy Awards and Golden Globes for acting, but for a superhero movie, not the best choice they could have made. But if we're going to be stuck with Brie Larson, I'm not going to totally complain about it. The CG in the movie is hit or miss, because with the effects on to make a young Agent Coulson and a young Nick Fury were amazing, because you would think that that's what they look like in real life. But then you get some ones, like when you see Captain Marvel in space or the cat at certain points, you kind of can tell it's 100% CG. It's a good starting off point for launching a new character, which they've done time in, time out. It could stand next to some of the other origin stories that we have seen, excluding some plot holes. I feel like if I talk anymore, I'm going to spoil the whole movie for you people. But overall, a solid Marvel movie. This is your Commodore, Ty Coles. Live long and prosper, people. Hailing frequencies are closed. Thank you for watching the video from Commodore Ty. If you'd like to see more, please hit the like button, share, subscribe to the channel, and why not, when you're here, check out one of my other mini videos I've done. Live long and prosper.